8 a.m. in Moscow. People of Gaza are living in despair, a report by the Red Cross has just revealed. 6 months on from Israel's military onslaught, Gazans are still reeling from the shock as many descend further into poverty, struggling to rebuild their lives. Since the end of the assault, RT has followed the heartbreaking story of a Palestinian woman forced to abandon her dreams.
The last 6 months have been a nightmare for Mona. Each morning when she wakes up to her new reality, she realizes yet again that these are horrors from which she cannot escape. Her dreams evaporated the day Israeli bombs fell near her home and left her paralyzed. Ever since she was a little girl, Mona dreamed of becoming a school teacher and having a family. If she lived anywhere else in the world, this would still be possible, but not in Gaza.
My life changed in a moment. Before I was injured, I could walk, now I can't. I used to type, now I can't. I loved hanging out with my friends, but now I can't. I'm at home all the time. I still dream of becoming a teacher of Quran, but I don't know how.
We met Mona 6 months ago when war came to Gaza. She was suffering from shock at Al Shifa Hospital, which at the time was running desperately short of medicine and staff. Her mother told us then she'd prayed for her daughter to die, as she shuddered at the life she'd lead in one of the world's poorest cities.
We Palestinians suffer as a nation, but my family paid a huge price. We lost everything in the war, even our clothes. My mother is more than 100 years old, and I have to take care of her and my daughter now. My heart is so sore. What future can Mona have?
6 months after Israel's war with Gaza, people are still trying to come to terms with their loss. For some, like Mona, it's physical, but for many others, it's material. Most of the destroyed buildings have still not been rebuilt. One of the questions still not answered is whether or not Israel conducted war crimes in Gaza. A United Nations report says it did, but an internal Israeli investigation conducted in May says its army did not. Israeli officials refused to accept the UN version.
They start off by, let's say, appointing Lord Goldstone, who himself signed a petition calling for war crime investigations against Israel on Gaza before he was appointed in his previous capacity. 1. 2, the mandate that the Human Rights Council gave the Commission was only to check war crime allegations against Israel and not to address war crime allegations against Hamas.
Dr. Mohsen Abu Ramadan says nothing has changed in Gaza since the war. The economy remains practically non-existent, and many people continue to live below the breadline.
Nothing changed in terms of development issues. Palestinians still depend on charity activities provided by international organizations and local organizations as well. Israel still impose this harsh siege. Economic situation is now deteriorated because of the continuation of the siege.
Just 6 months on, Hamas is back in control, and their message is clear. They won't shy away from another war with Israel, despite the destruction and devastated dreams it left in its wake. Paula Sleer, RT, Gaza.